My mom is slowly purging my childhood home, and the other day she dropped off a bunch of my tapes, and unless I'm losing my mind, she snuck in a few of her own. She also offered a lamp made out of a Victorian era wooden wallpaper printing roller. My first instinct was to say no thanks, mainly because we didn't need another lamp. I also honestly didn't love the overall design of it. Have you ever looked at something and kind of hated it as a whole, but then you look closer and realize that one component is incredibly cool? Sort of like comparing Destiny's Child to Beyonce. The roller itself was solid and gorgeous, so I said yes to the lamp and stayed quiet about my intentions to destroy it. When you think about it, the lamp was really a great repurposing project back in the 50s. But there are a couple things I just don't love. First, it takes an object that was designed to be used horizontally and turns it vertical. Second, the lamp hardware is a bit fussy for my taste and takes away from the solidity and simplicity of the roller. I don't want to destroy something that does have collectible value if I could reverse it, so I dug in slowly. Luckily, the hardware wasn't rusty and everything came apart really easily. It's held together with a bunch of screws attached to a hollow threaded rod that's used for the wiring. The only thing I had to destroy was a very ratty felt bottom so I could get to the lower screws. I had a vision of creating a rolling pin design out of the roller and using it to emboss leather to create some cool products. So I found a remnant of a wooden closet rod stuffed in the rafters of my garage and cut it to a comfortable length. And then once I got the roller separated from the rest of the lamp, I took a few measurements and created a simple cross-section sketch in Onshape. I wanted the rolling pin to be functional, but also look interesting enough to display in my house. So I designed a part that would center the roller on the closet rod, creating a smooth motion we wanted. Then I added stops to keep the rod from moving laterally and put a couple holes in for wood screws. Finally, I added some decorative caps for the rod. Once I had the rolling pin together, I tried embossing some leather and then some chipboard, and neither were dented in the least. I realized that a true embossing tool either needs a ton of pressure or a sharper design. So I changed course and gooped some paint onto a file folder. Then I rolled the rolling pin into that paint and transferred it onto another piece of chipboard. In the end, I actually think the file folder looks cooler than the chipboard. The designs overlap and create a really interesting texture in the paint. I'm still looking for a place to display the roller. I may make a wall mount for it, may even use those brackets inside of a closet to mount it on a wall. I'm pretty happy with the end result of the rolling pin. It really highlights the essence of this roller. It looks dynamic and useful, and we've let the roller live another day, kind of carry out its original purpose.